The architectural solar continuum includes 6 top-level categories: site-applied photovoltaics, site-integrated photovoltaics, building-applied photovoltaics, externally integrated BIPV, cladding integrated BIPV, and envelope integrated BIPV. The architectural solar continuum ranges from least to most integrated. As one progresses across the continuum and the level of solar integration increases, so does the level of architectural coordination. The left side of the continuum is very adaptable to standard products and lends itself to be less dependent on construction schedules. The right side of the continuum requires a high level of architectural coordination, is rarely adaptable to standard products, and it typically needs to be coordinated with multiple trades and schedules. So one might ask, why not keep things simple and avoid architectural coordination? The thing is, as solar becomes more integrated and complex, the multifunctional benefits increase. As solar components share more costs with building components, the incremental installation cost goes down. One of the most interesting and counterintuitive concepts is energy density. On the left side of the spectrum, you have site-applied photovoltaics that are optimally oriented but require a fenced-off plot of land. On the right side of the spectrum, you have BIPV that is suboptimally oriented but shares space. Despite BIPV's efficiency shortfalls, it holds significant value that should never be overlooked from an energy density perspective. This concept may seem counterintuitive, but we will speak to it as we progress through our content. After we review each of the steps along the continuum, you'll be more prepared to make decisions that empower you to innovate and fully leverage integrated solutions to optimize project outcomes. Let's get into it. Site-applied photovoltaics is the least integrated solar application category in the architectural solar continuum. While site-applied photovoltaics has a low level of integration, it is considered architectural solar assuming it is coordinated with the architectural design process. For instance, a site may have adjacent land that lends itself to a ground-mounted solar array like the site seen here in New Jersey. Land that may be underutilized due to zoning restrictions has the potential to make a sizable impact on a building's energy offset. Site-applied photovoltaics at scale presents an opportunity to install solar at a competitive price and an optimal yield. In summary, site-applied photovoltaics consists of PV systems that are applied to a site but do not contribute functionality beyond energy production. The benefits include a low cost to energy, ease of installation, and high efficiency on a per kilowatt basis. The drawbacks are mainly tied to its poor aesthetics, lack of multifunctionality, high incremental costs, land use requirements, and the potential for ongoing maintenance. For instance, in this example, grasses likely need to be regularly managed to mitigate shading. This is a concern that you don't see in some more integrated applications. Site-applied PV can be broken up into 4 main categories. They include fixed tilt arrays, floating solar, single-axis trackers, and dual-axis trackers. The benefit of fixed tilt arrays being that they generally require less land but yield less energy on a per kilowatt basis when compared to trackers. Site-integrated photovoltaics provide value beyond just energy production. This value is typically in the form of shade, weather protection, or a physical barrier or brand awareness. One might consider site-integrated PV for various reasons. First and foremost, it's an efficient use of space. When designing your building, you might have limited roof space, but a large parking lot. In certain instances, the parking lot potential can far outweigh what can be achieved on a roof. Site-integrated canopies offer a great opportunity to reduce maintenance costs by integrating the balance of system components in a central location adjacent to the solar modules. Canopies can also be constructed in such a way that they can be easily serviced from below. Maybe you can charge a premium for covered parking. Site-integrated PV offers an opportunity to monetize shade and weather protection. You may also just want to consider the benefits of your building patrons, knowing that you've invested in solar energy. If net zero is on your mind, site-integrated PV is likely your quickest path to success. Coordination is another topic that one should always consider. Site-integrated PV minimizes architectural coordination. The drawbacks of site-integrated are mainly rooted in the high upfront material costs for some of the supporting structural components. The structures are far more costly than more minimal systems that are designed solely for energy production. Water management can also be a challenge if required and could add cost and complexity. Ultimately, site integration can require you to route power back to a point of interconnection that can mean costly groundwork. Site integrating PV applications include solar accessories and furniture, such as a solar powered charging station or outdoor lighting applications. These solutions can utilize PV to charge batteries that bring power to locations that may be more costly to retrofit. Parking canopies are the most common example of site canopies at work. Covered parking is a premium, and adding a solar carport to a project can have a substantial impact on the site's net energy use. Architectural structures and art installations present an opportunity to showcase an organization's commitment to renewable energy while adding aesthetic appeal to urban landscapes. Walking surfaces can integrate photovoltaic technology, utilizing vast areas that receive large amounts of light. Agrivoltaics offers an opportunity to co-locate solar and agricultural production, which can increase land use, reduce water consumption, and increase crop yield for certain species. Transit shelters are an essential part of public transportation infrastructure. Photovoltaics integrated into transit shelters not only provide shade and protection to commuters, but can also generate electricity off-grid to power lighting, digital displays, and other amenities, reducing the reliance on the grid and eliminating the need to route power to sometimes costly and hard-to-reach locations. In larger scale canopy applications, they also offer a great opportunity to grid tie solar as well. Building applied photovoltaic systems are more integrated than site-based installations on the architectural solar continuum, mainly because they're on buildings themselves. Building applied PV systems are installed externally to the building envelope and serve no additional function beyond energy production. The roof of a building will typically provide an accessible and easily utilizable surface area for solar installations. Building applied photovoltaics should be heavily considered when your roof or walls are significant compared to your floor area. When you want to maximize savings on a non-incremental basis, and when your roof is free of obstacles. The clear benefits of BAPV are its low cost, efficiency of the installation process, its robust supply chain, and the more minimal requirements from an architectural coordination perspective. The drawbacks are mainly due to the fact that it's less integrated in nature. Compared to a rooftop canopy with continuous coverage, constraints associated with the building applied rooftop system can reduce the energy generating potential and add warranty risk. Still, they are typically outpaced by the efficacy of the installation process and low-cost installation materials. Lastly, the interaction of the building applied system with adjacent wall or roof systems can prove to be challenging from a leak or warranty perspective. Building applied PV typically consists of single tilt or dual tilt systems as seen on the right and left side of this image. Tilt-up arrays for flat roofs are typically wind tunnel tested at a set tilt and various inter-row spacing options. These systems are more cost-effective than specifying customized spacing that requires a more conservative approach to analyzing wind loads. They can be either mechanically attached or ballasted. As a point of reference, average added dead load of a mechanically attached system is approximately 4 pounds per square foot, compared to a ballasted system that may be greater than 10 pounds per square foot for a high wind region. A flush-mounted array is considered flush by the International Code Council when it's parallel to the mounting surface and the rear of the panel is between 2 and 10 inches from the roof or wall surface. The most common flush mount installations are on sloped roofs. Sloped roof surfaces are ideal for flush-mounted solar installations as the tilt of the roof surface will often increase the energy yield potential of the modules without the need to forfeit space to avoid shading. Externally integrated solar solutions are the least integrated BIPV solution on the architectural solar continuum. They are photovoltaics that are integrated within exterior elements of a building and usually provide protection from weather, sunlight, or form a visual or physical barrier. These solutions sit at a high value point within the continuum because they are somewhat decoupled from the envelope, which reduces their complexity relative to more integrated BIPV, yet they still have a clear multifunctional benefit. From an energy perspective, these applications can have a substantial impact on net zero goals. Externally integrated solar can benefit a building by being an efficient use of space, being aesthetically pleasing, providing shade and weather protection, and raising brand awareness. Additionally, these installations can leverage standardized products because they're not as integrated into the envelope. The drawbacks associated with this category are usually tied to the fact that balance of system components can be challenging to conceal, and the installations can, in some instances, can be subjected to meeting safety glazing requirements. Specific applications for externally integrated PV could be a building awning that expands a building's footprint, just like an entrance canopy would. Sunshades installed as part of a building's facade can block direct sunlight from entering windows or glazed areas during summer months, but allow the low angle winter sun to heat the space in the winter months. Visual barriers such as mechanical screen walls offer an excellent opportunity to integrate solar within barrier. Mechanical screen walls visually conceal and dampen noise from mechanical equipment on a roof. Long span structures that span two adjacent building areas or shade the entire roof of a building present a great opportunity to increase a site's energy generating potential. Double skin facades consist of an outer layer and an inner layer of glazing, creating an air gap or cavity between them. They offer opportunities to retrofit aging architecture, as well as more easily coordinate with the envelope itself. Physical barriers or glass railings are a great way to leverage the benefits of solar as safety glaze. Cladding integrated PV is 1 degree closer to envelope integration by being components of a roof or wall assembly. Typically, this is in the form of an outer weather barrier. Roof integrated cladding offers the best energy production opportunities, while wall systems can provide increased energy generation when expanding beyond the rooftop is required. Overall, these systems are more complex mainly due to their level of coordination with various wall or roof systems, attributes that are directly related to their level of multifunctional benefit. You might consider solar cladding if you are planning to install a new roof or wanting to integrate wall cladding in an architecturally significant manner. You may also simply consider it because you need to identify a means to offsetting higher energy goals than any other surfaces can accommodate. The benefits of such an installation will be the opportunity to deploy high efficiency products aesthetically at a low incremental cost, especially if one can capture additional tax benefit through the higher material costs that are valued beyond energy production. The drawbacks of these types of systems are generally related to their lack of access, custom sizing requirements, or spacer coordination, and the limited number of mounting systems available that are compatible with vertical installations. Cladding is generally integrated either on a sloped roof, a wall, or a flat roof or deck in the case of a walking surface. Roof integrated cladding offers the best energy production opportunities, while wall systems can provide increased energy generation when expanding beyond the rooftop is required. Solar roof tiles come in a wide range of shapes and sizes. The image shown here is a Tesla solar shingle in the lower left. As they get larger and integrate with existing dissimilar roofs, they're less of a solar roof tile and become more of a PV module roof system, as in the upper image. The latter representing a means of integrating traditional solar modules as a roofing element itself. PV integrated wall cladding is now being offered by various manufacturers with various surface treatments that reduce solar production with the benefit of customizing aesthetics and concealing the solar technology from view. One challenge with these systems is identifying compatible mounting solutions. As with site integrated solar floors, similar products can be integrated into a rooftop deck or balcony with the same methodologies utilized for pedestal mounted pavers or deck tiles. In such an application, textured glass is typically utilized to form a non-slip surface. The envelope integrated category consists of solar technologies that form a physical barrier between the conditioned and unconditioned environment of a building. Envelope integration leverages the cost of the envelope installation that would occur regardless of whether solar integration was being considered. This image showcases an installation completed by Onyx Solar at Bell Labs in New Jersey. This project is one of the country's largest BIPV installations, and the innovative nature of the system is fitting, given that this is the very lab that invented the first practical silicon solar panel back in 1954. The incremental cost of envelope integrated technologies is low because so much of the building's infrastructure can be leveraged. And this category offers an opportunity to showcase seamless architectural integration, which lends itself to overall aesthetic appeal. Additional benefits include a reduction in solar heat gain, increased sound protection, and it should be noted that these systems typically conceal their wiring within the envelope, which reduces environmental exposure, which can positively impact the life of a PV system. The drawbacks are mostly tied to being the most integrated of all the categories, which lends itself to being the most difficult to coordinate. Wiring and equipment can also be very difficult to conceal. Vision glazing applications offer the best opportunity to apply solar technologies to large glass areas. Currently, there are several technologies being developed that are focused on this expansive market opportunity. Some utilize organic PV coatings that are nearly invisible, such as the images courtesy of ubiquitous energy. Others place the solar cells within the perimeter of the window and direct light via film within the outboard laminate. And the most readily available option being amorphous silicon products that integrate thin film products into an outbound laminate. Slope glazing offers the highest energy generating potential of the category and presents an opportunity to filter light in innovative ways. Crystalline technologies can be utilized similar to a frit pattern on glass, and thin film technologies can tune the visible light transmittance of glass by altering the thickness of their coating. Generally speaking, the more opaque a coating, the higher the efficiency. Spandrel glazing offers the best opportunity for high efficiency technologies because it is typically opaque. Its purpose is to span floor partitions or columns or wall partitions that are to be concealed from the exterior. High efficiency opaque technologies are great for these applications. To recap, the continuum starts with site applied PV, then on to site integrated that gives PV a purpose beyond energy production on a site. We then move on to building applied that requires a minimal amount of architectural coordination, but still an amount that should not be overlooked. And ultimately, we arrive at the three building integrated categories: externally integrated PV, the low hanging fruit of BIPV due to its minimal coordination and multitude of benefits. Then cladding integrated PV that makes solar integral to a building skin assembly without it closing the envelope or being accessible from the conditioned space. And then ultimately envelope integrated PV that forms a barrier between unconditioned and conditioned space. With the architectural solar continuum at your disposal, you're now more prepared to make decisions that empower you to innovate and fully leverage integrated solutions to optimize project outcomes.